All right, I'm going to have a go at the Guardian's Cryptic Crossword for Monday, April 22nd, playing later than usual. Today's is set by Vulcan. All right, making do without love, fabricating about it. That's a little complicated. Without is often used in wordplay, but then having something about something else is also wordplay. So how, yeah, I'm having trouble understanding where this love is. It sounds like without love could mean removing an O from another word. But then fabricating about it sounds like there's some word for fabricating we put around an O. Oh, maybe it could be making do without. Maybe that's the definition. What would that be? No, I can't think. Stand on three legs. Is that simply a tripod? That seems a bit straightforward, but it is Monday, so maybe they're taking pity on us. I'll put it in and we'll see if the crossing letters agree. One who is barely able to finish the act. No, I don't see. Maybe it's a double definition. I don't know what a word would be for someone who is barely able. How about bird takes gherkins if desperate? Let's see, 10 letters. I mean, gherkins is such an unusual word, but it's 8 letters plus the if. Takes is a bit odd though. If it is going to be a bird, that's an anagram of gherkins if, which is desperate, I suppose, could indicate an anagram. I'm not sure how takes works in this regard. But I don't know how bird takes would be a definition. Let's try the anagram helper and see if anything jumps out. For gherkins, if. Oh, I see. I'm looking at the circular letters rather than down below. And I saw the KI and the G and then the N. And I thought of a kingfisher. Oh, yeah, now that I look down below. Kingfisher, one of my favorite birds. I think they're very attractive. We have the belted kingfisher here in Texas. All right. Very protracted farewell. Oh, well, this also seems like a nice, easy Monday clue. So long. So it's a double definition, I suppose. Farewell, so long. This is catching my eye here. Long in debt, splashing out for dog. That seems like an anagram of long in debt. And we're going to get a dog. Dieting lob. Nothing is making itself apparent to me. No, I'm wondering if it could be ing, but then I don't know what it would end in. All right, let's go back to this one I skipped. Catch sun and keep scolding. Well, sun can be S, and if you keep scolding somebody, you might be nagging them. So snag could be if something catches, it snags. Oh, let's look at these downs I skipped as well. Exclusive, people at club. Is it a double definition? Who are people at a club? Clubbers, of course, dancers, diners. Oh, could be, of course, could be exclusive as the definition, and something, a word for people, followed by a club like iron or wood. No, not seeing it. How about in suspense as a horse eats nothing? Well, horses are sometimes called GGs. So A, and then the GG is eating or surrounding O for nothing, agog. A clock fitted with black wood. I think it's going to be a word for a clock that's going to have B for black put inside it, and it's going to give us wood. Now, is it going to be a type of a tree? What would a clock be? Oh, timer comes to mind, and if you put the B in, you get timber. All right, this dog now starts with B. That doesn't ring a bell. Let's maybe try and get another couple of those letters, those crossers, before I try the anagram again. One raising boundary marker for sportsman. I wonder if something that marks a boundary could be a fence, and so the person raising it, I suppose you could call a fencer. It seems a bit unlikely, a bit of a stretch, but we'll see now. How about it's responsible for a holdup online? Ooh, it sounds like a cryptic definition. Something lag, something hub. Of course, it may not be online as in the internet. And then a holdup, something about robbing. No, I'm not seeing that. All right, how about returning mate slightly wounds birds? Oh, another bird clue. Well, let me think. A returning mate sounds like a word for friend, or maybe the verb mate going backwards. But if you slightly wound somebody, you wing them. And though there is a lapwing, which is pal backwards, and then wings. All right. Are any of those letters going to be helpful? Wander, about to escape, tiny tormentor. Oh, maybe wander about, and then a word to escape, and it's going to be a tiny tormentor. Is that going to be like a small creature from mythology, or a little devil, an imp? No, not seeing it. Dog that keeps sticking its nose in. Well, my four-legged friend is always sticking his nose in things. It's not always safe for him to do that, but that's what he does. I don't know. There's probably some breed of dog that sounds like a nosy Parker, or hooter. No. Okay, perhaps buttonhole. Old Catholic, concealed. Perhaps buttonhole. Well, old is often O. Catholic can be C or RC. O and concealed would be hid. So old RC, hid is an orchid, which, yeah, I think they're saying a flower that you might put in a buttonhole. I don't know. I picture orchids, they're sort of awkward flowers, aren't they? But maybe you can just cut off the flower and put it in your buttonhole. All right. Promoted over a woman like Rees-Mogg. I presume that's Jacob. Does he hold a certain position in government? Would be promoted over a woman. So I think it's going to be a word for promoted, followed by maybe a woman's name. The A to may come into play, but then like, no, not seeing it. I'm quietly, after small personnel, one this size. Well, quietly can be P from music. We've seen that many times. So I think it's going to end in IMP, and it's going to come after small, which is usually S, and the personnel department, is also known as the HR department. And with the IMP, one this size is a shrimp. Which I'm not sure how the definition one this size, I suppose small is referring to that. Ooh, so now this looks very gettable. Man of the people takes up central part in star comedy. Okay, we have a hidden clue with the added twist that it's hidden backwards. Because it's a down clue, it says takes up central part. So starting with the D in comedy and working backwards, we have a Democrat. All right. The best. It's groundbreaking. So I presume it's a double definition in a way. It's groundbreaking makes me think of some tool like a shovel. Oh, I suppose a pick could be something. In fact, I think it's something I have used many years ago to break ground. But is that the best? Oh, I suppose a pick of the litter is, I'm not 100% convinced, but I'll leave it for now. All right, I skipped over this. Sit in place as ordered, modeling material. 10 letters, as ordered makes me think of an anagram. Oh, and sit in for modeling material, of course, plasticine. Is it two eyes? Well, there's two eyes and sit in place. It must be. Oh, I loved plasticine when I was a kid. Even the smell of it was great. Sailor's prominent feature. Could be a word for a sailor, followed by prominent, and that makes a feature, or the verb feature. Or maybe we break it the other way. You get a word for a sailor. No, a sailor, of course, could be an AB, a jack, a tar. What's a prominent feature? No, I'm not seeing that. Shake beaker at this. Shake beaker at this. Seems like it's an and lit where the definition is hidden within. But I don't know what shake a beaker means. No, not seeing it. Let's go back to the downs. Anything new for any of these? Oh, exclusive people we have. No, not seeing it. Oh, we have quite a few here. One who is barely. Oh, could it be a stripper? And barely is saying they are bare when they finish the act. I think so. Yeah, that's a typical Guardian crossword clue, I feel. Ooh, so now I think this is going to be ing, but I don't know. Of course, it may not be a canine dog. I mean, maybe there's you can dog somebody, follow them. But yeah, I don't recognize that. Oh, we do have C and S. No, let's try this one. Two things found in the loo, one blown. Is one blown the definition? And the word player is going to be two. Two things could be a pair, maybe put inside a word for loo. And it's going to give us one that is blown. Or is it, let's see, 8 letters? Could blown be an anagram? Indicator, no, because the loo one is 9 letters. No, I'm not seeing that. How about a lot of snow, so unable to steer? What do you call a lot of snow? Snowfall. Oh, a drift is a lot of snow on the side of, well, I think that gathers anywhere. A drift, maybe on a roof or at the side of the road. So a drift then means you're unable to steer. You're just drifting at sea. All right. Oh, here's it looks like another very straightforward one. Like a cowardy custard. Well, cowardy custard. We used to say that rhyme meant you're scared, you're yellow, just like custard. Again, quite straightforward. Notices a wicket in children's recreation. Oh, I think this is another straightforward one. If you notice something, you see it. So sees a, and then I suppose the abbreviation for a wicket in cricket is W, and you get seesaw. This looks like T. I think shake is an anagram indicator. Beaker at is 8 letters, and we have tea break hidden within that. All right, football pitch. One in Richmond, for example. That has to be a park. And I suppose Richmond Park is an example of the other kind of park. Again, fairly straightforward. All right, how about promoted over a woman like Rees-Mogg? Second letter is Y. Oh, well, if something is promoted, it might be hyped. Promoted over a woman, and then is it just referring to the hyphen in the name? Hyphenated. Oh no, hyphenated doesn't fit. Could it simply be hyphened? Maybe it's an American thing to say hyphenated as opposed to hyphened. Let me pause and check that. I'm not seeing if there's any difference between the two, but it looks like both are permissible. And Merriam-Webster gives hyphened as well, so it's not, I think, a British American thing. So I'm not sure what's going on there. If you know more about it, please let me know. I'm just looking at 13 down and I'm seeing we could have close there. Yeah, so online, they're fiendishly putting those two words together, but it's on a line. And what you might hold things onto a clothesline with is, oh, is it going to be a clothes peg or a clothes pin? Oh, I think being an English newspaper, I think clothes pin is more likely. But yeah, I'm not so sure now. I'm going to have to leave that empty for the moment. So we only got one extra letter from that. The dog that keeps sticking its nose in. No, not seeing it. How about making do without love, fabricating about it? Making do without, maybe. I think it's going to be an ing word, since both making and fabricating, one is the definition, I think, the other is part of the wordplay, but it seems pretty clear it's going to end in ing. Can that help us with our wander about, to escape? Oh, you can gad about, and I suppose to fly is to escape, and a gadfly is a small tormentor. All right, let's try this. Wrong one. Let's try long in debt. It certainly looks like an anagram of that. And I think that must be ing in the middle. Bedlington, that looks reasonable, but let me pause and check that. Yes, the Bedlington Terrier. They're funny looking dogs. It's a breed of small dog named after the mining town of Bedlington, Northumberland. I've never heard of that dog before. I think I may have seen one before, but no, I think I've seen one similar. But very, very strange looking. Yeah, definitely looks like a little lamb. All right, well, that's a new dog I learned about today. It'll be interesting to see on 15 squared. I'm sure there'll be a few people like me that have never seen it before. But that makes me now afraid this is going to be another rare dog breed. Now, where can I go? Exclusive people. Oh, one thing that occurs to me is just as barely able, they took a very loose definition of barely. I'm wondering if exclusive could be people who do the excluding, and could it be bouncers? Um, let's see, that would give us an S for this dog that keeps sticking its nose in. Snout. No, not thinking of it. But how about our making do? Yeah, making do without could be foregoing. And I can see that as forging around the O for love. So fabricating, forging. Yeah, I do think that's right. But no idea about our dog. Oh, how about the two things found in the loo, one blown. Oh my goodness. What is the two things found in the loo? If that's part of the wordplay, I wonder if it could be dunny around the outside, but that would mean the first word is D-U-N, done. So I don't think it's going to be that. And we have our sailor's prominent feature. Oh, and the fourth letter is going to be an I or an E. Sailor's prominent feature. Now let me pause and mull over. It's really just these three plus deciding what goes in 13 down, the second part. Let me pause and think about it. All right, I resorted to wordplays.com for 15 across to see words that were S something O, and of course there's quite a lot of them. But I eventually came across Snoopy, which certainly could be he is a dog, and it sounds like he is sticking his nose in, he's snooping. I'm not sure if I really like that as a clue. I don't think it's particular enough, I suppose, that you can just think of the answer. I mean, there's so many famous dogs and breeds of dogs. In fact, yeah, I think just defining it simply as dog, I think maybe that's my issue with it. Of course, if they'd said comic strip dog, that would have given it away, but I think they could have said something to help us. All right, so then our two things found in the loo. So maybe it's one thing after another that are found in the loo, like I don't know what would be found in the paper and yeah, I'm not sure. The cistern, something like that. One blown, so it's pen or pin. Oh, it could be pan. Oh, the pan. Oh, pan pipes. Yes, that's it. So they are two things found in the bathroom, the pan and the pipes, and they are blown. All right. Whew, thank goodness for that. So now our sailor's prominent feature. Well, I just thought, I don't know why. I think thinking of parts of the face, and I realized this might end in I, and then I thought of it just like Snoopy. There is a famous sailor Popeye. So his prominent feature is his eye that's popping. Ah, this is close peg. I'm surprised. I really thought it would be close pin. All right, my goodness, I think I have actually finished it. I wasn't sure towards the end, but let's go ahead and check all. Is everything still there? Yes, it is. Let's see what they say at 15 squared. All right, today's blog is by Eileen. Vulcan steps into regular fortnightly. I didn't realize he was on a schedule. I think I understood all of them. Really, the only one is just I've never heard of a Bedlington Terrier, but I may, yeah, I may be in the minority on that. Maybe they're just better known in Britain, well, which would make sense, of course. Hyphened, so some people were questioning hyphened versus hyphenated. Work to treat, let's see. Here's my tip for solving anagrams. Write down the individual letters with the vowels on the left and the consonants on the right. Ah, I'll give it a try. Might just work. Hadn't heard of Bedlington. Okay, that's what I was looking for. All right. New to me. Okay, Bedlington. And so pan as the toilet bowl. Yeah, I think that's a very British expression. Yeah, so Bedlington and button. Oh, maybe a buttonhole is a type of orchid. Okay, I was thinking. Yeah, I was thinking of it the other way around. A buttonhole may be an orchid versus any other flower, but instead it's saying an orchid can be buttonhole or other varieties. Yeah, that makes more sense. All right, well, happy enough to have an easy one to start the week on. Thank you very much for watching and have a great day.